Hello, everybody. Welcome to Style Talk with the Queen of Style. And I have to say, Happy Women's Month to all the amazing women out there. And I just want to say, they celebrated us this month, but it's always Women's Month. And I want you guys to feel that way and ensure that you're doing what is best to make you happy every single day. So, guys, as I said, welcome to Style Talk / Style Wednesday with the Queen of Style. It's 7 p.m. And we have an amazing guest here with us this evening, Gio Delavicci. And he is a model, an actor, and he does a lot of community work. He speaks several languages, and he is a mentor to several young kids in the community. Not to say he is a tennis coach when he's not on the runway or acting in some high movie that's coming on the big screen. So, guys, let us say a moment and thank my sponsors, Look Over Beauty Care and Look Over Cosmetics. I am wearing my products right now this evening. So if you know, remember, visit our website, www.lookovernyc.com, and get your amazing skincare and get your amazing cosmetics. Guys, as I usually say, it's Style Talk with the Queen of Style. And we do have actor / model Gio Delavicci in our studio this evening. Welcome, Gio. Gio, welcome tonight. And I'm so happy that we finally got to catch up with each other after so many months, right?
Thank you so much for having me. What a powerful introduction. Huge shout out to all the women. It is in Women's Month, and all your listeners, all the viewers, thank you so much for having me. It's about time that we do this interview. It's been a long time.
I know it's been such a long time, and I'm like, oh my God, we got to catch up with Gio finally, because I know you're always so busy, and I know with the COVID, let them know what your t-shirt and hat says.
Well, it says Brooklyn in Russian. Brooklyn, I'm half Italian, half Russian. Brooklyn, represent, proud resident of Brooklyn, New York. Also, this brand belongs to Excuse My Russian, who's the CEO of this brand.
Nice. Thank you, Gio. So, Gio, tell the people who you are.
Wendy, and once again, thank you again so much for such a powerful introduction. My name is Sergio Delavicci. Is a brief Sergio, a model, actor, philanthropist, humanitarian, athlete, tennis when I don't model, act, box. I'm a man of many hats. I wear many hats, but to me, it's very important to give back. I'm also a motivational speaker, a mentor to many, especially the youth. I am the voice for the have-nots. I'm the voice for the ones without a voice. You know, coming from a certain background, coming from a humble beginning, coming from a rough beginning, I'm able to utilize my experience and kind of mentor the that's headed in the wrong way, because this is where I once have been myself.
Okay. So tell them, where are you from, Gio, originally?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Currently, I came to the States in '96, born in Europe, lived in Italy, lived in the Middle East, and came to the beautiful Brooklyn, New York in 1996.
And then how many languages do you speak? Because I know you speak several. And
I speak language. I speak 6 languages, and I'm fluent in.
Okay, can you tell us which 3?
Well, Italian is the first language, but I lost a lot of it in the Middle East. I do speak English, Russian, and Hebrew.
Wow. So a guy of many talents. So Gio, tell us a little bit. I know you have not done a lot of events because of the COVID and the quarantine, but you have been in some huge movies over the last couple of years. So tell us a little bit about your acting career. Tell the people the movies that you have been a role in and what inspired you to get into acting.
Oh, wow, great. Well, I mean, first of all, glory be to God. I'm very gratified, very appreciative of every opportunity that comes my way. You know, I work hard for everything I have. Nothing is ever given to me. I have been in several big movie franchises such as John Wick 3, starring Keanu Reeves, Halle Berry, Lawrence Fishburne, Angelica Houston. You guys may know Angelica Houston from the Addams Family. She played Morticia.
Mhm.
Creed 2, starring Stallone, Michael Jordan, Dolph Lundgren, Tessa Thompson, Alicia Rashad, and yours truly. Uh, there was another movie directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Hanks, Meryl Streep, played the GI. Another big movie starring Joaquin Phoenix called "You Were Never Really Here." And among the movies, I have been in many TV shows, many major TV shows such as Power, Law and Order, Blue
Yeah.
Bloods, Shades of Blue with Jennifer Lopez, Ray Liotta. A lot of big TV shows you guys may be familiar with.
Excellent, excellent. And I know that being a part of these big roles, you have had a lot of exposure. So tell us some of your experiences while going on set.
Well, every time I go on set, the experience is different. You
Yes.
know, you learn from people. Every experience is a learning experience. And I'm like a sponge. I observe and I observe, and I always learn. And the more I know, realize that I don't know. The more I know that I don't know. And every time I go on set is a blessing. It's a booking, another role, another notch under my belt, another name, and the rest IMDb. Every experience is definitely, and I try to take as much as possible.
Okay. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And do you have anything that you're working on currently or anything in the pipeline for 2021 in terms of movie?
Yes, yes. I have several things. Several things. I have a reality show. It was supposed to come out in April of 2020. It's called Cooking Strangers.
Mm,
It's a reality show. Myself and two other ladies. We're in the kitchen cooking together. It's like a dating slash reality show. And
okay.
then I'm not gonna get into all the details because you guys will see it for yourself. It was supposed to be televised on
Yes.
VH1 or MTV, but
Okay.
everything that's going on pushed back. I'm not really sure exactly when is the release date, but expect it to come out soon. I booked another TV show called Run the World, starting four black. It's like about these four black women who moved to Harlem and they pretty much, just exploring New York, exploring Harlem. They try to take over the world.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's good.
it's a lot of stars.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And we modeling, have you done any editorials, anything since the lockdown, or that has been like a little bit on the side?
Mm. Well, I mean, as we all know, the coronavirus pandemic has affected millions of people around the
Hmm.
world, shape, form in one way or another, including the world, including the modeling industry, as well as acting, of course, and so many other businesses.
Hmm.
Uh, so the amount of fashion shows that I have been doing is definitely not as big as it was prior to COVID, but I still have been able to, very fortunate to have been able to do some fashion shows here and there, especially last September, in New York Fashion September, and this February as well. I've done 4 shows, including ACFW Fashion Week. Huge shout out to my family, Lamont and Gina, the Michelle Barack Obama of the fashion industry. Great couple, great show producers. And Wendy, of course, you're another great show producer. La Kufia, shout out La Kufia, produced by the beautiful Wendy Isaac. You know, um, Andrew Williams, another one. So Davis is another one. And unfortunately, a lot of these fashion shows have been at standstill. But I believe that towards July, September, and February, it will accumulate, things continue to open up, and I will be attending more fashion shows. But to answer your question, I have been, but not as many though, not as many.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Sounds great. So, in your spare time, Gio, I know you have a lot going on. Where do you find time? I know, well, this is a weird situation, but before the COVID and us being quarantined and the pandemic and all that stuff, where did you find time to still do the things that you love? When I mean, like, the tennis, the coaching of the kids and, just going to the soup kitchens and giving back, because those are some of the things that you do from a community perspective, helping out the elderly, the
Yeah.
less fortunate. So tell me a little bit about that, because I know you took quite a big role once the COVID happened and we got locked down. You
Yes.
were very involved. So let's talk about that.
Well, pretty much. And another thing, I would like to say, I would like to express another major gratitude to my publicist, who's constantly been on the grind. And she has other clients, but she has been very productive as far as getting me these guest appearances and getting me out there. I kind of put an idea in front of her, and she's the one who pretty much executes it by making all these right phone calls, by making all these right connections, by using the right terminology, by using her knowledge. So, it's pretty much, I have been, if there's a will, there's a way. I have been always involved. I have always been involved in different community activities, helping the less fortunate, helping women, safe free women, violence. I always enjoy to give back. So I involved a lot, especially during quarantine, especially during COVID. Since COVID happened, I have been going to supermarkets and just I know a few neighbors of mine who unfortunately passed away at this point, whom I've delivered pharmacy, medical supplies, food, hygienic supplies, and I have always moving around, helping people, especially during these tough times.
Yeah, and I think that's really great, because it's not often you find people willing to give up their personal time to help people that they don't even know. And I think, that is huge. And I definitely, my respect for that with you is huge.
Thank you.
And I just gotta say, I give it to you and continue doing such amazing work with the community and the kids. Let's get into the little bit about tennis. I know you are a little bit of great on the tennis court, so let's talk about that.
Especially now, huge shout out to my tennis club, Match Point. They have 3 locations in Brooklyn: Bay Park, West Shore Road, and Mill Basin. The owners of Match Point, Dimitri, the staff. It's a great facility for kids, adults. This use the gym, use the pool. So shout out to Match Point for this opportunity. Tennis has always been, I guess, my first big occupation. Prior to modeling, prior to acting, prior to boxing, prior to motivational speaking, tennis has been something that I was able to earn first big check. With tennis.
Yeah.
This gave me the opportunity to be in front of people, speak in front of people, because when you teach tennis, you have to constantly give directions, you have to correct, you have to play yourself, you have to constantly be in shape, you have to be very presentable, and tennis, I would say tennis definitely up of experience to be able to communicate with different people. And I love kids. I love kids because I believe kids are our future. Although the older generation are the keepers of knowledge, and they are the reason why we today. This new generation is our future. America, this great nation, depends on this generation, on the next generation. And kids are mirroring us, and it's our responsibility to set a good example. So that's where my mindset is. But tennis has definitely been a big part.
Okay. So you have indirectly taken on a role as a role model.
Yes.
Does that bring a lot of pressure on you, or
No.
Tell me your thoughts about that?
Well, first of all, I don't even call myself a role model. I'm just myself. I have a lot of flaws. I have been on both fans. I have been on the negative side, of the fence, and have been on the positive side of the fence. I know what it feels like at the bottom. I know what it feels like to reach success. Although I'm still climbing. I wouldn't consider myself successful. I would consider myself blessed. But it's a whole nother story. Pretty much, it's very interesting though. It's just very interesting how things are unfolding in my life. I believe my purpose is to be able to teach, is to be able to inspire, to be able to give. So being a role model does not put any pressure on me because it's something that I kind of do naturally. You know, to me, it's second nature to just help someone. And if other people calling to help someone being a role model, then I take it. But I don't consider myself to be a role model because I've done a lot. You know, I've done a lot. I got scars on my body. I've done a lot of things that probably would not qualify me to be a role model. But you know, the kind of things I do maybe at this point in my life would qualify me to be a role model. But to be honest, Wendy, I don't consider myself to be a role model. I just do what I do. I love to help people, you know, just bring people together. But like I said to you before, united are a lot stronger than we are divided. And I always try to bring people together. You know, even speaking of that, Wendy, you remember, you know, you can relate. You remember this. Let me know if you remember, right? When I was on your island, say Kitts and Nevis, one of my tour guides, you remember that? There was a girl. Her last name was Isaac.
My cousin.
I approached her. I was like, listen, I forgot her name, probably Lisa. I
Yes.
forgot. You know better.
Yes.
So I was like, listen, there's this young lady in Brooklyn, you know, well, in New York, New York. She's a fashion show producer. She's a stylist. She does a lot. Her last name, Isaac. Her first name is Wendy. Are you guys related? She said, you know what? Yeah, we are. And remember, I connected you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. I like to bring people together. That's what I do.
Yes. Yes, definitely. So, you know, it's good that I love that you're able to speak to on the positive side and you're able to relate with anybody in your
Mhm.
world because you have been through it and you have lived it. And the one good thing that I love, Gio, is that you never stop. You never stop. You never stop to say that even though you have been in John Wick and Power and all these amazing movies, you continue. You know, you continue to push yourself. And what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
That's a great question. What keeps me is 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 the feeling of being, you know, lively, just life, energy, just uh, people, my experiences, my hunger to be. That's what keeps me motivated. You know, I think the best way to answer your question, the hunger to be successful, not the hunger for food, but the hunger to be successful. I have goals. I have an objective. You know, I have a purpose besides helping people and besides just doing something positive for the community. My objective to be able to buy my parents a house. I want them to live comfortably. I want to send them on a trip around the world. I want them to live a worry-free life,
Yeah.
not think about bills. You know, life in New York is hard, and they have done so much for me. You know, but God promised a smooth landing, not a smooth sailing. So you know, I know I'm gonna land smoothly. The road is rough though, you know, but I know difficult roads in life lead to beautiful destinations.
Yeah.
And the message that I would like to spread to all your viewers, all your listeners, regardless whatever it is you're going through in life, just know difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. It has to be hard. It cannot always be easy, you know?
And that's really true because, you know, you always have to have a, and I love what you said, you always have to have a purpose.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a purpose, then what are you doing? And that's
Exactly.
yeah, that's what I say as well. What is our purpose and what are we here for?
Right.
And
Right.
if your heart is telling you to do coaching, be a motivational speaker, and you're able to win lives back on a positive note, that is amazing, Gio. So thank you
Thank you.
for doing that with the community and the younger generation and the younger kids that, you know, need that help. So I think that that's amazing. We don't see that often in the community. So you definitely doing that. And I know you do a lot of going into in prisons and doing a
Yes.
lot of stuff like that. So
You
let's
know,
talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about you going into the prisons and talking to the incarcerated, male and female. Like, what does that look like?
oh man, listen, Wendy, I could sit there and tell you how it looks like, but it's something that, you know, I'm not sure how we can make it happen, but it would be a lot more authentic and a lot more surreal if you were to see it through your own eyes, you know, with your own eyes. If you would be, it would only be experience, you know, to see grown men tatted up, Diesel, you know, sitting like, you know, like they're about to kill you, but they have good intentions because they know who you are. The CEOs tell them who I am, you know, what I do, why I'm here for. They're familiar with with some of the television shows that I've been in, and you know, to have the attention of grown men who don't really care about anything in the world, who have nothing to lose,
Yeah.
and they look at you with this look, and they follow you with their eyes. They follow every word you say, and of the conversation and of our interaction, the amount of feedback and the, you know, their response is priceless. It's something that money can't buy. It's something that you cannot describe. I can sit here and find different words to describe the feeling, different adjectives, but Wendy, it's something that you would have to see for yourself. The feeling is amazing, you know, because I feel like I'm teaching these people. They gravitate towards me. They can relate to me.
Yeah.
People, people always can relate when they can. People always gravitate towards you when they can relate. You know, we may be different religion, different background, different upbringing, different skin color, but authenticity is authenticity. You
Yes.
know, authenticity is what is something that we share. You know, once we have something in common, then it's a lot easier to speak and communicate with such individuals, whether it be men, women, children, elderly, it doesn't matter. Once people can relate towards you, they relate to you, they gravitate more towards you, you know?
And that's really good, Gio, because it's not too often, somebody like yourself would want to help others. And that's why I say to you, like, you're doing this without any reason, anything, but just doing it just because of the love of it and to help people. So thank you so much for reaching so many people in the community and always putting people first, because for you is the love of the people and how can you help motivate them. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you. In my opinion, Wendy, a true working man is not measured by how much he says or how much he does for himself or how much he does for someone else. People ask me about all the TV shows, all the fashion shows, and by the way, I've been in over 2,000 shows this year. Made it over like
Wow.
yeah, you know, all these fashion shows, magazine covers, magazine publications.
Yeah, let's get to that. Let's get to the magazines and the editorial. Let's get to that. So tell us a little bit about the magazines that you have been in and, why you love editorial. Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, it's just, first of all, every model needs to have some type of publication because it shows their credibility, shows their experience, shows their, they're pretty much professionalism. What good is it to be a model and not be published in a magazine? It's fun to be published in a magazine. It's every kid's dream. It was mine when I was younger to be featured in a magazine. So I'm very grateful to all these amazing magazine CEOs, such as Sophia Davis, CEO of Fashion Avenue News Magazine, Dee Michelle, Andreen Lady Doves Williams, Elle Anderson, Wendy, the list is long, and I apologize if I, just don't remember all these amazing women and men, but I'm very grateful. Gabriella Panduro, shout out to Gabriella Panduro. She has also a cool magazine out, that has more to do with fitness and fashion style. So shout out to Gabriella Panduro. And, magazines definitely show a model's credibility. It's fun because you get to wear these different amazing design outfits, suits, swimwear. Women wear dresses, bikinis. It's nice. It shows your personality. You can use tear sheets for your portfolio. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Yeah.
So I know one time you had a big spread in Fan, and when you saw yourself on the shelf, what was that feeling like, Gio? Like, because I know how I feel when I see myself on a shelf. Well, how did you feel when you saw yourself on the shelf?
On the show, on the shelf.
On the shelf of the magazine on the
Yes, Magazine Cafe. Magazine Cafe.
yeah,
God.
on the magazine stand. How did you feel?
Oh my God, Wendy. Well, listen, the feeling was through the roof. It was absolutely astronomical. You know, to see yourself, Magazine Cafe in New York, which is the capital of the world to some, to many.
Of course.
So, and see such a beautiful spread on the cover, front cover, back cover, inside of the magazine. It was surreal. It was surreal. It made me think. You know, kind of made me think that I am on the right track. You know, it made me think that I'm doing something right. You know, and when Sophia Davis told me that that cover had sold 1,200 copies in 2 days,
Yeah.
I was like, I was in the shower, and you know, words started coming to me, right? So, and you know me, I came out with a spoken word, so I'm gonna be brief with that. You know what I'm saying? And so it sounds something like this: buy the magazine, please support me, get to know me, read my interview, share my story. I came from the bottom. Can you feel the glory? Chasing dreams, pressing slowly. If you can relate, then don't ignore me. Call me brother. I'm your homie, different mother, same story. Scars and tattoos on my body are self-explanatory. The world will definitely get to know me before I turn 40. Thank you, God, for my life. Jesus be the glory.
Amazing, amazing. And I know you love poetry, and I know you do write a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
And is that something that helps you, you know, in your inner self, or is it something that you just started as a child?
Well, it's an outlet. It's an outlet. I express
Yeah.
myself through poetry, and I communicate through poetry. You know, because I think there's some type of power through poetry, in
Yeah.
poetry. You know, to be able to not just to put words together, because anybody can do that. School, cool, fuel, you know, but it has to make sense. It has to be done with a have a message. I feel like all my poetry, everything, all my spoken word material has a meaning behind it. It's not an empty you know, rhythmical type of they're not rhythmical sentences. They make sense, and they're inspirational to many.
Nice, 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 Gio. So I am so happy that, you know, like, as you say, you wear many hats. You continue to motivate, you continue to inspire, you continue to do what's best for you, and you still, you know, find time for your career, acting and modeling, and still, you know, do your boxing. So let's talk a little bit about the boxing, because we didn't touch that category yet. So what made you go into boxing?
Well, I've been to martial arts my entire life. I grew up
Okay.
in many guys: Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan. Who else is there? Sylvester Stallone. You know, Schwarzenegger. A lot of these guys, and Bruce Lee was actually that individual who inspired me to take martial arts more seriously. I started with judo, karate do, shotokan. You know, they're just different variations of karate, different styles of karate, and it's not karate, it's karate. You know, you've been doing karate if you know if you can say karate. You know what I'm saying, karate. But anyway, this is where I learned to count in Japanese. Ich ni san ni go ro shichu hachu. You know what I'm saying? I remember that when I was like 7, 8 years old, we went ni san. You know what I mean. People that you know, all your viewers who ever took karate, you know what I'm talking about. And so I've just been experimenting with different forms of martial arts, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Krav Maga, and boxing is something that I have been doing for the past 6, 7 years.
Amazing, amazing, Gio. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, Gio, when you're on set with these celebrities, like, how do you feel? Because you're a celebrity, but I mean, like, you, when you act with the actors, like, what's his name from John Wick, and
Keanu Reeves?
yes, and like, how did you feel? I think Halle Berry was in that one too, as well, too.
Yes, yes.
Yes, like, you know, so those are inspirational actors for you. Like, how did you feel actually being on set and seeing them in person, being saying that, you know, looking at their skills?
Well, I mean, to be honest, Wendy, how I felt about being with such individuals, well, pretty much it feels. I can't say if it feels like I mean, of course it's good. It goes without saying. Of course, it feels good, but I didn't have any feelings for ordinary, because these are who I've seen on television in movies when I was young. Keanu Reeves, watched him in Matrix, Bill and
Yeah.
Ted,
Yeah.
and now with these people on set, you know what, Wendy? They're people. They're people. They bleed the same way. They breathe oxygen the same way. They go to the bathroom the same way. So to be honest with you, I'm just being real. It felt good, but I mean, it kind of course, it inspired me to step my game up, like Sophia Davis likes to says, to level up. But it felt regular. In a way, it felt regular because Keanu Reeves and I had a personal scene. We did have a person, a guy
They,
like Keanu Reeves, you know, a guy like Keanu Reeves is personally asking me how to say this and that in Russian. He did have a dialect coach, and he did have an ear that told him, different things, like a little thing, earpiece. But it was an honor to have someone like Keanu Reeves, someone like this type of individual, an established uh, colossal actor, asking me that right? Did I say that right? Imagine, Wendy, imagine on set. Imagine, like, you speak. Imagine you speak, and someone like Oprah or someone like Michelle Obama. She's not an actress, but asking you, did I say that right in French? That pretty much, that's the feeling I had when Keanu Reeves was asking me different things. It just felt good. I felt like I was in the right place.
that's amazing because Gio, the bottom line is, you're doing all these amazing movies with these huge actors, and you're a big deal. You're a big deal. You're a celebrity yourself. So, and you're so still so cool. And what keeps you inclined and not make you, well, I don't think that you have changed or anything. I just think that
Oh,
you know, what make you stay grounded?
God, 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 life, people around me, personality, my mindset. We're all replaceable. Nobody's irreplaceable.
No. Yeah.
So I have a long way to go. I am the people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nothing without the people. Nobody's better than the other person. We have different level of success. We have different work ethic, but nobody's better just because a person is fine, just because a person is in prison. You know how many talented people are there? So many, athletic, um, women, good-looking women who will never see a daylight in their life. You know, um, there are so many. Wendy, I'm sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to decline. I had just somebody just called me. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's just so much talent. And people, so many talented people in the world. So pretty. But to answer your question, what keeps me grounded is the fact that um, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, and I'm never complacent with myself. I'm never content. I want to go further. And I love to give back. The fact of just not having anything. I know it takes a lifetime to build an empire, and it may take a second to lose it all.
Yeah.
This is why it's very important to invest to make sure it's like having good friendships and relationships around you. It's like growing a plant, growing a flower. It's very important to flower it, nourish it, make sure it constantly give it attention. So I'm always, I have different outlets, different directions where with people that I'm in touch with, because I'm nothing without them. I love people, period. So that this is why I go in different directions to help people. In my opinion, a lot of times we get, but we forget to give. All we do is take. And
Yeah.
sometimes when we take too much without giving back, it's like having a bank account and you constantly withdraw from your bank account without depositing. Eventually, you will have zero balance in your account. So I believe same thing goes. The same thing goes with situations in life.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know?
Amazing, amazing. So I know that the quarantine is kind of easing up and the pandemic is still around,
Yes.
but what are you looking forward to when I know New York City is open up slowly? I think
Yes.
the movie theaters opened last weekend to 25% capacity, and then we have some other things that's going on. So what are you doing now and getting ready for when everything is open?
Right. Right. Good question. Well, first, I would like to say, just because New York is slowly reopening, it doesn't mean that the virus has gone away. Please take safe precautions, safety measures, wear a mask, get tested. I get tested pretty much every day because to film, we are mandated and required and obligated to get tested every day. Otherwise, it can't work. So,
Yeah.
I did contract with, yes, I did. So I have antibodies and 4 weeks negative now. It's been a month and I'm negative and I plan to keep it that way. So I would like to encourage people, please wear a mask, take precautionary measures, vitamins, exercise, and let's flatten the curve and stop the spread of the coronavirus. Now, what I'm looking for is pretty much, continue to doing what I have been doing on a higher level, on a bigger capacity. I have been auditioning. I have been doing a lot of virtual work. Now that New York will slowly open, I might be able to attend auditions in person. We might have fashion shows in person, whereas we, had a lot of
Yes.
virtual,
Mm-hmm.
and do more work, fire more people, give back more, uh, attend more prisons, attend more uh, facilities where people help, because a few prisons or just different establishments I have been able to attend because they have strict COVID restrictions.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this is why I haven't been attending in person. But I'm doing a lot. I'm looking forward to more brand ambassadorship work, campaigns. I have a lot of campaigns to kind of, just I wouldn't say stay relevant. I mean, it's such an amateur term. I mean, I don't need to be relevant. I'm always doing something, but I have a lot of photo shoots. I'm looking forward to more photo shoots, more magazine publication, more guest appearances, radio appearances, TV interviews, television, continue to do more public speaking, continue to be around people more,
Okay, excellent. So, Gio, do you want to leave us with anything before we leave and let you go? Do you have anything to share with the audience and everyone that's out there looking at you tonight on Style Wednesday?
Yes, 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 definitely. Happy Wednesday to all. Thanks again to you for your time. Thank you so much, all the listeners, all the viewers. Thank you for your time. Time is the most precious thing you can ever have because you can't get it back. I would like to say to you guys, just be yourself. Be yourself. Be proactive. Don't wait for things and opportunities to come to you. You have to go out and get it done yourself. There is no such thing as idealism. There is no such thing as perfection. You have to go out there and get it done yourself. The best way to predict your own future is to create it yourself. And if you expect life to be fair just because you're fair to life, you'll be fooling yourself. It's like expecting a lion not to eat you just because he didn't eat the lion. So I'm gonna conclude this with a spoken word, if you don't mind. Uh, it's something that I recently wrote. It's called "What If." What if? What if you could change anything in the world? If you had the power to change anything in the world, what would be that if? What if? Well, what if neither Biden nor Trump won the election? What if COVID-19 never took place on a novel observation? There's so much confusion in the world, but what if we actually had the proper explanation? What if there was no genocide, persecution, and discrimination? What if racism never existed? What if those planes on 9/11 didn't fly to New York and they missed it? What if we were all a lot closer than we are distant? What if instead of slavery, the Holocaust, terror, and other forms of evil, we had eras of renaissance? What if the Kardashian kids were one daughter and the rest were sons? What if I still walked around with breast knuckles and guns? What if I never did modeling and acting? What if I never learned from my mistakes and still reacted to the way I was reacting? What if Bruce Lee, Albert Einstein, and Tupac were still alive today? And I wonder what they would have to say. What if the prime Mike Tyson fought prime Cassius Clay? What if I won the lottery tomorrow? Man, I swear to God, I would take away people's hopelessness and sorrow. What if?
Amazing, Gio. Thank you so much.
Wendy,
And
thank you.
let everybody know where they can find you, where they can follow you, and see all your amazing work, and let them know how they could get in contact with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You guys follow me on Instagram, Rough Rider _84, RUFFRYDER _84. Facebook, Gio Delavicci, GIO space DELAVICI. And you guys can Google me under Sergio Delavicci. Google provides all types of information, Instagram, Facebook, other ways to find me and connect with me. And, feel free to email me if you have any questions or if you want to collaborate. My email is giodelavicci@gmail.com. GIODELAVICCI@gmail.
Amazing, Gio. Thank you so much for taking out time out of your busy schedule to be here with us on Style Wednesday and it's Style Talk. Guys, it's been a pleasure, Gio, again. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. It's always a pleasure to work with you. So hopefully we can work together later this year or early next year when we get back on track in the fashion/entertainment business. Thank you. Have a great one. Thanks for joining us, Gio.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, yes, you had it there on Style Wednesday/Style Talk with Gio Delavicci, model, actor, and doing his thing in the industry as usual. Guys, as I usually say, we are happy and we are here and we are blessed to say that it's Women's Month. And I want to say happy Women's Month to everybody around the world and all my friends, clients, everybody, fans, everything. Happy Women's Month. But remember, it's not only 1 month, it's every day. It's Women's Month. So make sure you continue to take care of yourself and be amazing in this world. Guys, I would like to thank my sponsors, LaCoiffeur Cosmetics and LaCoiffeur Beauty Care, in my beauty face and beauty products that I'm wearing this evening. And if you need to find us, go to www.lacoiffeurnyc.com and check out our website where we have everything that you desire. Guys, until next week, Wednesday, it's the Queen of Style saying, don't let the fashion wear you, you wear the fashion. And until next week, Wednesday, I'm going to say, have a fashionable week. Thank you.